Evion itself is about to hit some major milestones, particularly over the next few months, and it's in relation to our Indian project, where we're going to be hitting production and obviously cash flow on the basis of that. So we're really excited about where we sit today and what we've got on the short term. The Indian plant is an expandable graphite facility that we're building in joint venture with an experienced expandable graphite producer, Metachem, and we've worked with them very closely in terms of ensuring that what we're going to deliver is a top-class first-world facility which will produce a quality product, which will already have an offtake in place with an Austrian company, but there's more and more demand for that product. Expandable graphite is basically taking what is generally the coarse flake material as a concentrate from a graphite mine, and what we do is we wash it with acid and an oxidizing agent, and effectively what it does is it looks exactly the same, but when it comes in contact with heat, it expands. Once it's expanded under control conditions, it's expanded and you create a graphite foil. And the demand for that is sensational. That's used for electronic pieces of gear, laptops, mobile phones, etc., for dissipating heat. Again, probably the supply is dictating how much product can actually go into the world today and certainly moving forward. Obviously, the plan for feed into the expandable graphite plant, medium to long term, will be our own Mineri project. Short term, and what we're doing right now is we're bringing in graphite by a graphite trader located in Germany, and he's providing us the material that we'll use to kick this plant off so that we can be in full production by December. Since day one, 2018, when we listed, we always said our vision was to become a material player in the global graphite supply chain. To that extent, we started with the Mineri project, but we wanted to look beyond that. And that's why India is so important for us, to get it going, and the potential's there for us to expand that even further. And so that they're integrated, as well as what we're also looking at, which is a battery anode material plant for Europe, for which we already have a collaborative agreement with a US company called Urbix. So it's fundamentally creating that fully vertically integrated graphite supply chain, which will give our shareholders great returns. So people will be aware of the fact that we finished our full feasibility study late last year, and also a couple of months ago we made the announcement that we submitted our environmental impacts and social assessment document to the Madagascan authorities. To that extent, now they've started talking with us in terms of asking for more information, etc. And that itself is not only encouraging, but it's pivotal towards us ultimately getting all the necessary permits to start to construct. So we're really excited about how that's going at the moment. We're looking to basically break ground in 2025. The Mineri Graphite project from the outset was always really, really important for us and continues to be. The world is moving towards a supply deficit. In fact, by 2025, numerous experts in the field are calling for a significant and material fall in terms of the deficit. We're talking about fast markets, benchmark, even Macquarie's put out a recent document to that extent. So that puts us in a really favourable position to not only provide suitable graphite, which we've tested and proven for important areas such as decarbonisation in terms of its movement into lithium-ion batteries, but it also allows us to move into what we're doing in India, which is the expandable graphite. So important areas, but even more interesting is the fact that it diversifies our product range, and so it de-risks the project so much more for our shareholders. When we talk about graphite suitability for lithium-ion batteries, it's got to go through a rigorous test program. The specifications of that material are really, really tight. And we've shown, not only through tier one off-takers, but also through independent laboratories, that our material is highly suitable for the lithium-ion battery market. So in that regard, we were really excited when we announced recently our collaboration agreement with Urbix. They have the technology to produce a coated, spheronized, purified graphite product, which, if you like, is that intermediate product between concentrate and anode, which is currently completely dominated by the Chinese. In fact, they produce roughly 100%. So the world is looking to de-risk themselves down the supply chain by looking for other sources, and that places us in a really enviable position. Euroz Hartley was able to identify the fact that trading at 3 cents is a significant discount to what they see on the short to medium term of 10 cents, and potentially the opportunity to be re-rated thereafter as more of our projects advance and ultimately hit cash flow. In terms of the next 6 months, we've got some pivotal milestones coming up. The first one is the commissioning of the Indian plant, which will indicate to everyone that we're on track. Second point would be the actual production and first sales of that expandable graphite. And thirdly, we anticipate the next 6 months that we'll obtain our final licenses necessary to commence works on the Minera Graphite project. When we started Evion back in 2018, we had a number of early exploration assets. What we've been able to show and demonstrate to investors is our ability to move forward on these projects. The exciting thing for shareholders right now is the fact that we don't just have a single project, but we're creating a quality supply chain in conjunction with top-tier partners. That itself is quite unique in the marketplace. Indeed, we'll be the first ASX-listed company to produce expandable graphite, and we're going a long way towards being part of this step change in energy management in conjunction with Urbix down the lithium-ion battery route. So it's an extremely exciting time, lots of news flow and lots of productive outcomes on the short to medium term.